Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to go through one of the earlier movements in the Tai Chi Yang style 24 form, parting the wild horse's mane. We are putting this on the Walking Code channel because Tai Chi practice is very helpful for improving your walking technique. So for those of you who have been trying to learn from my walking videos, if you're still having some challenges, learning some Tai Chi techniques can go a long way towards improving your walking and your balance. So we're going to start with stepping out, shifting the weight to the center, bring the palms slightly over the thighs before beginning to raise the arms. And then we're going to begin to lower. That's the first part of the lowering, and then we complete the lowering here. This is where I'm going to begin explaining the rotations. First, visualize the movement. We're going to raise the right arm. We're going to turn the body and pivot the right foot in 45 degrees. Then we're going to sit back and then move into empty stance with the shoulder angled straight forward. And then we're going to step out onto the heel into a shoulder width stance, lower the forefoot, and then shift forward. And this is the final position of parting the wild horse's mane. The left hand should be extended with some energy in the fingers going forward, right hand down, pressing down by your right hip. That's the first movement, and then we'll go into the pivot and shift into parting the wild horse's mane right, and then back into parting the wild horse's mane left. Let's look at the waist rotation and the hip power. Every movement that we do in Tai Chi should be coming from rotation of the waist and power from the hips. When we do the first motion here, bringing the right arm up. The upper waist is going to turn to the left. That's what's powering this raise of my right arm. So upper waist, that is what's going to control our direction of movement. And then the lower waist or the lower abs, which may be coincident with the dantian, the lower abs are going to control my root. So they're going to place my weight or root onto one leg, allowing the other leg to be freed up to go off the ground. So as I'm turning the upper waist to the left, I'm turning the lower abs to the right. They're going in opposite directions. So I'm rooting the right leg, freeing up the left leg. And the power is coming from flexion of my left hip, meaning I'm trying to lift the left hip up as I am doing this action. Now I have to pivot my right foot, so I need to take the root off of it. I'm going to shift this way, pivoting the right foot in, changing the root to the left, because I never want to pivot on a foot that is rooted. So I'm taking the lower abs, turning it to the left, so I can free up the right leg for the pivot. Upper waist is still turning to the left. And I'm using my glutes to power. So the power from the hips is coming from hip extension on the right. Upper and lower waist turning to the left, glutes pushing using extension for the right hip. Then I'm going to sink back. As I sink back, I'm going back to that original core movement. Upper waist turning to the left, lower abs turning to the right, rooting the right leg again, and powering with flexion of the left hip. And then I'm going to go into empty stance by taking my upper waist rotation, which is currently turning around to the left. I'm going to turn it to the right, and that is going to free up the left leg to move into empty stance. So here I have the upper waist and lower waist turning to the right, and I have left hip flexion powering the motion. Now we have to step out into a shoulder width stance onto the heel. I'm going to do that by keeping the upper waist rotation the same, coming across to the right, hip flexion the same, and then I'm going to take the lower abs or the root and I'm going to rotate it to the left, and that is going to free the left leg up, let it flip out onto the heel, and it's actually going to place the root on the left leg, even though my center of mass is still on the right leg. So as I turn the belly button to the left, keeping the upper waist turning to the right, it flips the leg out onto the heel. And then now I'm going to put the root back on the right leg, and that is what lowers the forefoot. Now I'm ready to complete parting the wild horse's mane. When we do the final motion of parting the wild horse's mane, the upper waist energy is turning to the right. The lower abs are turning to the left. So think about it this way. The lower abs are pulling the body around. They're going from right to left, and that is pulling the body around that way as I flex my right hip. So I'm not pushing with the right hip. I'm actually flexing or pulling with the right hip as I do this motion. So from here, I should feel like I'm reaching from the upper waist. I should feel like I'm rooted on the left, meaning I'm tucking the pelvis on the left with my lower abs and turning the belly button to the left with the lower abs. And I'm pulling forward from my left hip. If we push from the glutes with the left hip, that is what will happen. So you'll be able to tell the difference. If you're pushing back, that's going to happen, not this. So this is a pulling action from the hip. That's a pushing action from the hip. So that's the distinction, and that is our position. Now we'll go into the transition from parting the wild horse's mane left to parting the horse's mane right. And we're going to be using all of the same core rotations, but just in a different pattern. So from here, we're going to shift back and rotate the arms like we're about to create that ball carrying position again. Flexion of the left hip, upper waist is turning to the left, lower abs turning to the right. Then I'm going to begin to shift forward, flexing from the right hip, upper waist turning to the right, lower abs turning to the left, rooting the left. And then I'm going to turn the upper waist to the left, bringing me back into empty stance. And then we step out the same way we did before, lower the forefoot, shift. Now my energy is coming from the upper waist on the right going forward, lower abs rooting the right, left hip flexion. Pivot again. I'm going to turn the upper waist to the right, lower waist to the left. Notice how when I remove the root from the right and bring it back onto the left, it allows the right foot to pivot outward. And now as I shift forward, the root is going to go to the right, and then the direction to the right allows the step up. Step out, change the root back to the right, change the root to the left, which helps pull us around. And there we have completed parting the wild horse's mane. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to click the like button, share the video, and subscribe to the channel if you're not already a subscriber. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.